Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I was due in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm going to tell you, this is a mining episode because I need to gather some resources. What I wanted to do first was to demonstrate to you guys how I avoid the perilous fire lava that is so quickly spreading through the nether at any given time. And the way I do that is I go ahead and I kind of dig out in front of me with a nice little block here to keep me from getting into any immediate peril. Now, I also tend to carry one of these potions of fire resistance on me, just because I'm a nervous Nelly or a justifiably paranoid Joe, one of the two. And so I'm going to come through here, and I'm just going to take everything I can find. It's the nether. So the world is my oyster, and the nether is my nethery oyster. Oh, hey, there's fire there. Let's go take it. No, better yet, let's go take this. Now, obviously, when you go to the nether, you want to be prepared, because all sorts of bad things can happen to you. So when I go to the nether, I usually try to bring all sorts of good stuff. I should have brought a smite sword. Didn't think of it. So, whatever. There's that. But I do bring a fortune pick for getting the, quartz, and a silk touch pick for getting the glowstone. I'm using torches here to light my way back to my path. So if I get lost, I can easily find those breadcrumbs, since there are no naturally occurring torches in the nether. There are naturally occurring torches in the overworld, just not over it. They're in the under part of the overworld with the mine shafts and all that. That's something you can also keep in mind. I don't know why you'd keep that in mind. Probably because you have very little else on your mind. I'm sorry that your day is so boring. I hope this helps. So, first off, let's deal with that fella. Without shooting the pigmen. Okay. Well, this is going poorly already. Luckily, we have that fire resistance. Did I hit the pigmen? Did I hit the pigmen? Okay, good. Good. Glad I did not. Come on, beastie. Gonna get you. There we go. Gassed down. So, like I said, I wish I'd brought a smite sword just in case I did accidentally hit any pigmen. I'd be in much better shape. Especially when I'm digging these pits here, I worry that they're going to just descend down upon me. I have seen some interesting things in the nether that are new lately. Specifically those baby pigmen, which I might have the chance to show you today, I hope. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about Kineticon. If you guys are watching this today, which will be a few days from now for me, I actually recorded a whole bunch of Hermitcraft episodes at once, so I could go to Kineticon, and you guys would not have to miss out too much. And so, hopefully I've got some other stuff up on my channel from the event. I hope you guys are enjoying that. And let me know, definitely, if there are any cons in your city that might want to have me there. Some conventions will actually, help people who would be guests, like panelists and whatnot, attend. Kineticon has been very good to me, which is one of the reasons that I've been going 2 years in a row now, even though it's actually maybe the furthest away convention I attend. It's actually further than Boston, I think, yeah. Well, I guess I went to Minecon in Las Vegas, but I didn't exhibit or do... Well, I guess I did do panels. Okay, so the more I talk, the more I'm realizing I'm just wrong about everything. That's okay, though. That's why we talk, to realize the errors of our mouths, that we might correct them in the future. Still 4 minutes of fire resistance. Let's fall in a pit. Excellent use of that 4 minutes. So yeah, leave a comment if there are any conventions coming up in your area. If any of you guys organize or attend conventions regularly where you know the organizers, feel free to say like, oh hey, I know some cool people who make Minecraft videos called Hermitcraft folk. You might want to phrase it differently. Don't phrase it exactly like that. Phrase it better. I know some cool people who make Hermitcraft. No, bad phrasing. Okay, I should have thought about this. If I'm going to coach you, Coach, when I ran cross country, he didn't just get out there and yell at us to run faster. He went and he got a driver's license and he got in his car and he would drive alongside us and yell, I'm going faster than you and I'm 45 years old. Which, of course, was because he was in a car, but he had prepared. He had gotten his insurance taken care of, he had gotten his licensure, and I'm just being a bad coach right now. It's like, hey, I know you guys run an awesome nerdy convention, and I've been coming every year, and I would love to have some of the cool, nerd video makers who do video game stuff come. do you guys have anything, that you could do to get them out here? You know? Like, if a convention contacted me about going out there and they were, like, willing to help out with airfare or, you know, anything like that, comping me a table to sell merchandise at, that would definitely be something I'd look at. So, keep that in mind for next year, folks, if you want to see me in real life. Oh, I did want to talk about, I will be at Minecon this year, and so will Marion. Baby Corinne will not be attending. Whoa. What is that? Why is that so creepy? It's like there's two eyes there. One here and one here. They're just watching me. I don't know. There's just something about this hallway. Like everything. That's creepy. But yeah, baby Corinne will not be coming to Minecon because she is too tiny. Although she will be at PlayOnCon next week, which is closer by, and we'll have a babysitter with us. But yeah, we are very, very excited about Minecon in Orlando, Florida, and we are going to be driving down there, hanging out with a bunch of cool people. And so, you know, definitely, if you guys are thinking about attending Minecon, you know, I'll be there, Good will be there, Juicetra, Pause Unpause, Generic B, Minecon. Definitely going to be awesome. Definitely going to be a lot of us hanging out and having fun, and we hope to see you there. Definitely follow me on Twitter. If you're going to be at any convention I'm going to be at, get out your cell phone, follow me on Twitter. I'm at JoeHills, and that's the best way. I'll post Stalker Assist updates throughout the weekend. That doesn't mean to actually, like, follow me around all weekend, but that means, like, if you want to come hang out for, like, a half hour or something, well, the best way to find out where and when you can do that would be to follow me. So, let's go ahead and take advantage of that Silk Touch pick that we brought. I hope this is the right one. Oh, good. Now I don't look the fool. So now we can just harvest this, and this will help us make all sorts of fancy lamps for our future builds. Let's make sure we are picking those up. Sometimes I worry that I've got too much netherrack and not enough of everything else in my inventory. So, we can just, not enough space specifically. Everything else, by which I mean nothing else. I don't have enough nothing in my inventory to accommodate the glowstone I'm picking up at times. And that is a frequent concern of mine. So, let's go ahead and take care of that. Build ourselves a nice little pedestal here, platform-like. But yeah, I wish I could have attended Minecon Europe, but sorry Europeans, it's really, really expensive. And like I said, some conventions will help guests out with airfare and hotel rooms and stuff. Minecon doesn't do that because they know that they're going to fill up no matter what. Same thing with PAX East. Like, if I want to go to PAX East, I have to pay my own way, which is fine, but it means that I can't go to every PAX. They wanted us to give our same talk we gave at PAX East at PAX Australia, but they weren't able to like, you know, help us out with airfare. And so that's not going to be at PAX Australia. It would have been like $2,500 just to fly there, and then I would have had to pay for the hotel room, and, you know, that's fine if you already live in Australia. It's not going to be that expensive, but, you know, for me, it was kind of disappointing. It's like, wow, I got excited. I could have given a talk there, but oh well. So PAX Australia is behind us next week, I think. But next week I'm at PlayOnCon anyway, so I don't really mind. And let's see. But yeah, Minecon in Orlando. Gonna be there. I had so much fun in Vegas hanging out with BOO and Good and just a whole bunch of other really cool people were there. And you guys, everything. If you ever get a chance to come meet us in real life, we really like meeting you. You know, you guys are you're the audience. Like, there's no performance art without audiences. That's kind of what makes this a performance. Otherwise, if it's just like a guy doing, like, if I was just making videos and nobody was watching, why is my spacebar stuck? It would be a practice. And not like in the good kind where a doctor or a lawyer has a practice. Be like, I'm like just practicing for, you know, nobody, which is depressing. That's the bad kind of practice. You want to be practicing for your performances, and the performances you want to have happen. So, luckily, you guys are the ones that make the performances happen. Oh, I fell. How am I doing on fire protection? Let's double up on that, because I've already demonstrated a propensity for falling, and those are bad propensities to demonstrate when you are in a place like this. So, let's see here. Up and out we go. Where we will stop is probably over here. You know, one other thing I wanted to talk about with regard to cons is the importance of actually just, like, hanging out and talking to people. Like, even if you don't know someone, talk to them. Like, people go to conventions so they can meet new folks with new perspectives and new experiences and whatnot. And I've got to say, even though I listed, like, oh yeah, I got to hang out with BOO and Good and, like, all these other people that are quote-unquote famous, a lot of the people that I've hung out with at cons are, like, nobody you've ever heard of. There's no reason for me to say their names, you know. But, you know, you can still have a complete blast just hanging out, getting to know new people. At Minecon, there were certain times where I was like, you know, I didn't have anything else to do, so I'd just go see a line with people, and if the person at the end of the line wasn't talking to anybody, like if they were just by themselves or whatever, you know, I'd go get in line behind them and be like, oh, hey, how's it going? Man, you know, and then I'd say something about the con, you know, like, oh, did you see this? It was really cool, or, oh, hey, you know, I'm really excited about this later. What about you? And it turned out one of the guys that I did that to ended up being 3-2, the guy who made Vinyl Fantasy. Dang it, how am I not level 30? I just need to, like, literally cook anything for, you know, this tiny bubble of experience here. So I can level up and go close. I want to close this episode with an enchant. I got some chain armor through Cilantro Gamer's massive, what do you call that machine? It's the Skeleton Crusher. You know, because sometimes on a mob spawner or a mob grinder, maybe I have to pick up more than one brick at once to get any experience. Maybe it's not random. Maybe it's not. I don't know how furnace works. Clearly, can I cook quartz in here? No, clearly not. That would be silly. But I can always put it like so, at least. But yeah, so I really want to enchant those nether trousers there. Woo. Okay, level up, and I've already got the trousers in my pocket. Yeah, like I just was at Minecon, went up, talked to somebody. You know, it's like, hey, what you doing? Blah, 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 blah. You know, and, you know, after about 5 or 6 minutes of chatting, he mentions, oh, by the way, I actually make Minecraft maps. You know, I'm working on my first one anyway. He was working on his first one, I think, at the time, Vinyl Fantasy. And I'm just like, oh, cool. That's great, man. You know, keep at it. I'm sure you'll get good. And, you know, because most people, when they say they're working on something, they're honestly kind of not very good. And this is a fault of mine for not assuming that he was talented. Because he's like, oh, let me show you some pictures on my iPad. I'm like, oh, yeah, we got time. Pulls out his iPad. It's like the most beautiful map I've ever seen. And it's crazy. You know, I just randomly ended up next to him. And at a convention like that, you have thousands of opportunities to do stuff like that. To meet people you don't know are cool, or you don't know, even if you know, somebody that might be a household name in Minecraft 3 years from now, the next Good or Vetches or whoever might be next to you in line. So, you know, talk to everybody and just be polite to everybody, be friendly to everybody. If you're a jerk, people will remember it, and, you know, they will yank your chain trousers off later. So let's go ahead and see what we can get with this level 30 enchant here. Yeah, protection 3, that's kind of not ideal. I mean, I've got protection 4 on the ones I have now, but look at how much better those are. Boom, very fancy styling. Actually, I should get out the whole ensemble for you guys to look at. But here we go. Projectile protection 4 and thorns 2 on this one. See? And now if I F5 around, look at me. I'm the guy who can conquer death. I'm Joe Hills. You can see my little @ symbol there. So I think that's pretty darn cool. I'm also hoping to eventually trade out my helmet for a diamond helmet, but this one has such good underwater enchants that I just absolutely love it. But anyway, so this has been a very successful mining episode. We got a stack and a half of stone quartz blocks. We got a stack of glowstone. Did the game just crash? Did the game just crash? Seriously? Seriously? Thank you, Windows Update. Okay. Well, I don't know if that worked. I don't know if that kept recording or not, but why are all my arrows on the ground? Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.